Welcome to Massage Chair Relief Live, the podcast designed to educate, inform, discuss, and critique the relatively new massage chair industry. Join your host, Dr. Alan Widener, to become a massage chair expert and avoid multiple pain points in your search for the perfect massage chair.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief, and today is our monthly massage chair industry update. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. We are just a couple of weeks away from the end of the year. Don't ask me where the time's gone. I'm sure you are feeling the same way. But it is right in the middle of the holiday season. And I should start by saying that with some chairs, it's a little late now to order a chair to get it by the 25th. For Christmas as a Christmas gift. But if you still want to get a chair, of course, you can still order them and get them by the end of the year. And if you live near, like if you live within striking distance of one of our showrooms, which are Southern California, Northern California, Arizona, and Utah, we can probably get a chair to you within a week. If the chair is coming out of Southern California or Texas. So we can still get chairs to you even if we're pushing the limits. And right now you are pushing the limits. If in our Southern California store, we can probably get a chair out within a couple of days to you. If the chair comes out of Southern California, like Fuji Ryoki or Decor or Human Touch or Ogawa or Kozia or JP Medics or Daiwa, those are all located in Southern California. So those chairs we can usually get to you pretty quick. We do have an Infinity warehouse now in our Utah area. So if you're a Utah resident and you want to get a chair, you can we can get the chair out. We can get a chair within a couple of days. As long as it's in stock in the warehouse, we can get a chair for you as well on pretty short notice. But Christmas is next Thursday, so everything's going to be shut down. Shippers won't be delivering. Some of our local white glove agents will be delivering on Christmas Eve. And so there's still a chance to get a chair, but there are still great deals on chairs. So even if you don't want to get it by the 25th, there's great deals on chairs, and you can go to our website and see what's cooking. Anyways, other than that, I will say that 2025 seems to have been a bit of a bounce back year from the previous 2 years where the economy had kind of slowed down. It's still holding up okay, but we noticed that as soon as COVID ended, that the massage chair industry kind of slowed down, and we saw a general increase in traffic and business last November and December, and then that's carried throughout the year this year. So it looks like the business of massage chairs is in a thriving mode right now. Now there are lots of, oh, by the way, how do you like my my little Christmas perimeter there? I love that, the outline of the screen. I love it. Anyways, and you probably won't see that in my next month unless they've got a New Year's one that I can put up. But anyways, we've got some new models out and that we're also carrying in our showroom. We have, as I mentioned some time ago, we have become a distributor for a retailer for Kozia chairs. Kozia chairs are is the parent company, but they also have the brands of JP Medics and Ogawa under their umbrella. We do carry Ogawa and JP Medics as well. But now we have Kozia, and they're strictly for store, actual brick and mortar stores, of course, which we have four. So we now have the Quantum, the Zen Duo, and the Zen 2 in our Arizona showroom, along with the new Kozia Fusion Pro, which is a split track dual mech, and I'm going to talk about this at the end of the video, chair for like $4,400. To find a split track is one thing, but to find a split track with a dual mechanism, which means there are two roller mechanisms, one for the top and one for the bottom part of the roller, there's nothing like it in terms of price. Now, of course, it's not going to be as elaborate or as sophisticated as like a like a high-end premium split track chair, but it's going to give you the dual mech, which is unique. We don't see that in this cheaper chair range, so less expensive chair range. And Cozy is a good brand. I mean, they've been around forever. They build their factories, the Ogawa, also known as EastPal, that factory and their affiliated factories create chairs for other distributors like Osaki and Titan, for example. So they're one of the top factories in China. Well, anyways, they have come out with some new models, and the Quantum being one of them. The Quantum I actually sat in originally 2 years ago at the Las Vegas Furniture Market, and that chair has become popular. It's become they're probably their top seller. So that is a chair that you'll probably want to try out. It does not have a dual mechanism. It does have a split track, but it's a very different massage experience. So we encourage you to come to our stores. Now, the Arizona store has previously been a Cozy retail outlet, but now we're getting the Quantum and the Zen Duo and the Fusion Pro in all of our stores. So now all 4 stores will have the Cozy products. And those are actually deploying into the showrooms this week and next week. So if you want to drop by and try out the new Quantum or the Zen Duo from Cozy, come on over. Those are nice models. Infinity and Infinity, another great company, been around for a long time. Their chairs are primarily made in the Rowtie factory, which is another one of the best factories in China. And they are coming out with some new models in 2026, and they say they're coming out in January. One of them we already have in our Utah showroom. It's called the Solstice Deluxe, and that chair is in the $44.99 to $49.99 price range. I can't remember, but it's also a good quality lower end. When I say lower end, I mean lower price end chair, and we have that one in our showroom. They also came out with the Circadian Dual Flex 4D, which is an upgrade to the Luminary, which we have in our showrooms. We don't have the Circadian in all of our showrooms, but we plan on doing so. But they also have and these are the other ones coming out in January, the Zanara, the Celebrity Elite 4D, and the Sensation Dual Flex. And the fact that it has the name Dual Flex, like the Circadian, the Dual Flex, intonates that there is a split track or flex track, and there are dual mechanisms, top and bottom roller mechanisms. So they're coming out with new chairs, and so it's kind of an exciting time in terms of new models. And of course, around this time in the holidays, this is usually when we do see new models coming out, or often this is when we see new models coming out. But these are kind of exciting. So Infinity new models, Cozy new models. And Positive Posture's come out with a new model, and that chair, oh my goodness, that chair is called the just a minute, we just are adding it to our website. It's called the Positive Posture Dual Flex Pro AI 4D, and that has a dual mech and a split track. So that is also now in the marketplace. That just was released within the last month or so, and we will see that one on the website within the next probably the next few days to a week. We actually have the products added to the website already, but we don't have all the extra data added, and that takes a fair bit of time getting the data for our comparison chart and for our My Chair Finder software, so that you can compare chairs to other chairs, and helps you sift through chairs that meet your criteria in terms of price, features, brand, height, and weight parameters. But that is something that those are chairs we're going to have on the website and published within the next couple of days, up to a couple of days, or definitely before Christmas. The Luraco had an honor bestowed upon them. There was a proclamation from the Texas Governor Greg Abbott, and he acknowledges Luraco Technologies, which is, as you know, Luraco makes the only American-made chair. And I tell you this again, if people tell you that their chairs are made in America and it's not Luraco, don't believe it. They have their chairs, and they have the i9 series right now. and the the Luraco hybrid model or 3 Model 3, and those are the chairs they have. They're all considered made in America because a good portion of their chair, I believe it's 80% or so of the chairs are built in America. Of course, it's a world economy, right? And I've talked about this before, where there are some components that are just so cost prohibitive built in other countries or built in countries like maybe America or other Western countries. But there are, so companies will lean on other countries like Taiwan or China or Singapore or Malaysia for cheaper products of similar quality. So, but the majority of the Luraco chairs were made in America. Anyways, this is what his proclamation was. And I want to just read this because I think it's quite exciting for Luraco. Luraco was founded by Tom and Kevin Lee, who are a couple of brothers originally from Vietnam, and they started in America building a variety of products. Some were for defense contracts, some were for like jets in hot tubs, and then they built chairs for spas, like nail spas, and then they broke out into residential and commercial sales of a regular full feature massage recliner, which is what we sell. Anyways, this is what was said about Luraco. The governor praised the Lee brothers for embodying the Texas values of hope, determination, and ingenuity, transforming Luraco from a small engineering venture into the only manufacturer of medical massage chairs made in the United States. The proclamation celebrates Luraco's 43 engineering patents. I don't know if I was clear when I said that, national defense contributions, and its leadership as one of Tarrant County's top high-tech companies. That's pretty awesome for Luraco. And congratulations to Kevin and Tom and everybody over there at Luraco. They're good people, and they've got a great support department, and their chairs are, again, quite innovative. Like it's mentioned in that proclamation, there are 43 patents, and they have their own patents. A lot of the chairs that come from China have patented a patented product as part of their chairs, but the patents usually belong to the factory in China. Well, Luraco is its own factory, if you will, and they have all that stuff here, everything to build the chair, and therefore they do all their testing here, they do their engineering here, they do their designing here. There's other companies, of course, that do some designing, like Cosia has American design for their chairs. Human Touch does some testing and some technical building here in their Long Beach facility. Daiwa contributes in design and in feature sets. So there is American influence in a lot of the chairs, but the primary build is done in China, Japan, or United States. Okay, that's the proclamation. Congratulations, Luraco. I want to just kind of, I want to talk about a couple things. We talked about the shipping deadlines, but shipping can be a fiasco. Now you've got the retailer, you've got the distributor, and then you've got the shipping company in the middle, a third-party company that is trying to get the product from the distributor to the retailer or to the customer. And that can sometimes create great problems. And we had a fiasco here in Utah. I wish I could remember. I hope I remember the details right. But we had a chair that was delayed in shipment. It finally came to Utah. It was for a Utah customer. Came to Utah, went to the warehouse, and we were supposed to be notified of when they were going to deliver the chair to our showroom so that we could bring it to our customer. Well, the shipping company, there was no response from the shipping company. We reached out to the shipping company. We reached out to, I believe it was an Osaki chair in Osaki to see if they could get on the shipping company. But it was radio silent by the shipping company, or in modern terms, we were ghosted by the shipping company. We didn't understand that because that's their bread and butter. They want to deliver chairs and make money and make a profit and be a profitable, viable business. Well, we got the address of the terminal where the chair was supposed to be at, and my manager Stan of the Utah showroom drove down to the warehouse to see if he could just go pick up the bloody chair and bring it back himself. And when he went there were two large, I think 2 or 3 large container loads of product coming from various and sundry distributors, not just massage chairs, but all kinds of distributors. Well, we had to wait until the chairs were out of the trucks. So then we called back the next day to see if we could come pick up our chair rather than waiting for them to deliver it. And we found out the next day that they were out of business. So there was this warehouse with all this product, and I'm sure a number of massage chairs, including our own, that were now locked up in this warehouse that had no owners anymore. And so we contacted Osaki. Osaki was very gracious about it. They sent out a new chair and a replacement chair for the one that was locked up in this shut down warehouse. And then they were going to take care of making sure they get their chairs back. But that is what we call a shipping fiasco. And you will run into these shipping fiascos from time to time in the massage chair industry. So there is like 99% of the chairs are shipped without problem. They get picked up on time. Sometimes it takes the distributor, like right now, it's so busy at this time of year that one of our distributors has 8-day wait before they can even get it on the back of the truck. But then the truck delivers it to the local terminal. Terminal then either delivers it directly to the customer, or in our case, they deliver it to our showrooms or our white glove agents, and then they do the delivery to the customer. Well, that's usually how it works, but it doesn't always work that way. So why I'm telling you this is if you feel like if you have one of these fiascos going on, just know that it's not the distributor's fault. It's not the retailer's fault. It's the shipping company. They are the wild card in the whole process. They are their own company. They're contracted by the distributor. We contract shippers also when we sell our pre-owned models or our floor models or return chair, whatever. We contract shippers to deliver them for us. And we trust that they're going to get the job done. And most of the time they do, but once in a while they don't. And when they don't, you feel like the massage chair purchase was a ripoff. You feel like you want to get your money back. You want to cancel your order. Some people are really, really patient and kind and understand that there's hassles in the logistics protocols. But some people get very, very upset. And I've had to call a few to apologize on behalf of a company that I have no control over, but we apologize and we try to make things right for the customer. So if you're getting a runaround on a chair order, it's usually a shipping problem. Now, if you're buying some of the online stuff and you don't know anything about the company except that they got cool ads on Facebook and Instagram, I don't know how they do their stuff, and I don't know. Maybe they have their own shipping company. I don't know, so I can't speak for them. But for the major name brands that we represent, they contract out all the shipping, and we know exactly who the shippers are or who they're supposed to be. We know we have tracking information we send out to every customer when we get it from the distributor. And even then, sometimes the chair has been delivered when the customer gets the tracking information. When we get it from the distributor and we pass to the customer, sometimes the chair is already delivered. Sometimes that's a little bit slow. But if there is a problem with the shipping and the delivery, and you're the one who's paying the price, if you will, in terms of not having your product and being frustrated because it's not here, and you pay thousands of dollars and it's not showing up yet. And your poor retailer saying, hi, Mr. Smith, I'm really sorry. The distributor says that the chair's on its way and there's a problem with the delivery. And the poor retailer is just trying. You're our customer. So we want to try to give you the answers. And sometimes the answers are not all clean cut like this example that I just gave you. So be patient. If you feel that it's a little late. Now, if it's 2 days late or 3 days late, or the terminal's taking its time to get a hold of you to schedule a delivery, that is also on them. But that kind of stuff, for us, anyways, we can usually help out with that by going to pick up the chair at the terminal if it comes to that. So, anyways, all right. I just want to talk about shipping that way, because shipping during the holidays can be, it's definitely delayed because of the rush and we have, like I say, 8 days backlog on some chairs that were ordered. Like, they just shipped out like a week or so ago, but they were ordered at the end of November, like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that time. So it's really a crazy time right now. And as I said, the economy has gotten better, or at least the buying behavior has improved, and so more people are buying this year than they did a year ago. So, anyways, that can also lead to backups because maybe there's not enough truckers or not enough containers. Remember, I don't know if you remember in COVID, but during COVID there was a port strike at the LA, I think it was the Long Beach port, and I did an article on my blog about this, and I had a picture. My son and I were there in Southern California. We took a picture of the horizon, that you could see the horizon of the ocean at Huntington Beach, and you could see lines of a lineup of trucks, or ships, all the way to the port. And during that time, there were not enough containers because the containers were all stuck out on the port. And so there weren't enough containers at the supplier in China or Japan, wherever the chairs were coming from. And that was a shipping fiasco too, but we got through it. But it was a lot of stuff was delayed. There weren't enough truckers when the stuff was finally went through the port. Oh my goodness. Shipping is, I used to say, it's the bane of our existence, but we wouldn't survive if it wasn't for shipping. But it can be extremely frustrating. Okay. Now, I talked about this earlier, and I said I was going to address it. I want to talk about split track, flex track, and dual mech. So there are many now that there's a lot of these chairs coming out that are called flex track or split track, which means that the SL track has a split, and then there's a bit of a hinge there. From the ones I've seen, it's like a hard plastic component that they slip into the roller track, and it allows the track to flex. So there's a split in the track, and then there's a portion that kind of moves, like it flexes when the chair reclines. And we've talked about split tracks and how they help with a better stretch program than a standard SL track that does not have the split or flex component. Now, there are split tracks that do not have dual mechanisms. I talked about the roller mechanism. Usually it's 2 or 4 at the top and 2 or 4 at the bottom roller mechanism, and they're working simultaneously. So you got your butt and your low back getting worked on, and you got your neck and your upper back getting worked on by this track. And those are called dual mechs. But not all split track chairs have dual mechs. For example, the Quantum, which is a fairly revolutionary chair from Cosia that I already talked about a little bit, they have a split track and it flexes so you can get a better stretch, but it does not have a dual mechanism. Okay. So, and then there's other chairs that will have the split track and the dual mechanism. So just because the chair has a split track, and there was times when I've forgotten about this because I'm so accustomed to seeing split tracks with dual mechanism that I assume wrongly that they all have dual mechs, but some of them don't. And so they just have one, so they have just one roller mechanism going up and down the back. But when the chair goes into a recline for a stretch, then there's that flex component, that split track that works. So I wanted to delineate that for those of you who are looking at chairs and are confused by the vernacular and by the terms and by all that stuff. That hopefully explains to you between a standard SL track, which is a fixed track, and then a split or flex track that has that split where the chair, the L track can flatten out in a recline for a good stretch, and then there's a split flex track with dual mechs. And when they say mech, they mean mechanism. So there's one roller mechanism in all chairs for sure. And the traditional chair has one going up and down. Now they've got 2 in a lot of chairs. And you're seeing this more and more. So that chair I told you about, the Cosia the Cosia Fusion Pro. That chair, which is the one that's like between $4,000 and $5,000, a very inexpensive split track, but that also has a dual mechanism. So, anyways, it's important. This can be confusing if you're new to the industry and you're just starting to learn. Don't be overwhelmed. There's, reach out anytime. You can always call us at 888-259-5380 if you need help or understanding or definitions or explanations. And if you do buy a chair from us and you're not sure about the chair and how it functions and what's going on, you can always call the manager of the store that you bought it from, or call our toll-free number if you bought it online, and we will explain everything to you to make sure that you're comfortable with what you bought and you know exactly what you're getting. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please feel free to thumbs up, like us on our YouTube channel, and help us spread the word about massage chairs by sharing this or any of our videos with your friends and family through your social media platforms. We appreciate you doing that for us. I hope you have a great holiday season and a happy new year. And I will talk to you again in January with the update of the industry at that time. And we look forward to seeing you again. Anyways, I hope you have a fantastic day today and a great holiday. And we look forward to seeing you next month. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Massage Chair Relief Live podcast. Subscribe to this podcast and be notified of each episode. Check out our main website at massagechairrelief.com for much more valuable information on the massage chair industry and marketplace.